Hello there, you guys. I wanted to address the elephant in the room, which is the Echoing Strike Warlock. Since this particular build got fixed and nerfed a bit, I've seen a lot of guides from several content creators such as Mr. Llama and others who suggest that going through the route of Hex Purge is the way to really capitalize on this skill damage potential. So they not really leveling the skill itself, but the Hex Purge and all its synergies, and that's how they make this build work. Which I thought it was, interesting. But I also, when I saw the changes that are coming with the newest patch, I thought about really pushing the Echoing Strike skill itself with all its synergies and physical aspect of it. I also thought about combining it with Mirror Blades, which is its direct synergy, and it's an outstanding single target damage tool. I would even say that it is the strongest at the moment. Just when I was going against Uber Ancients, the Colossal Ancients, and Uber Tristram, it was just outperforming Smiter by quite a bit. Smiter Paladin, that is. So I'm just gonna go quickly through the items and skill distribution, and let's also show you what we can expect in terms of damage once the build is ready. And I mean, just like, let's activate the aura. There we go. So might is activated. We are sitting at almost 20k Echoing Strike damage, max damage that is, which is quite a lot. If you've played any melee characters, this is quite big of a number, and it shows in it directly shows in the gameplay, as I'll show you later. So the build, our main workhorse is the death, because it's the thing to use really, because it has high crush and blow, high deadly strike, also has mana leech, because we can have big mana issues since these bad boys just require that much mana, 20 per use, and if something doesn't allow you to leech from, it can be an issue. So there you go. There's just I think this is the perfect option really to use here, as it is also indestructible, so Mirror Blades won't consume the durability. Sorry. Enigma for, of course, teleporting. Hellwardens, just a perfect choice, has everything that we need. Attack speed, faster cast rate, +2 skills. High Lords, same reasons. This is probably also obvious, and both of these items, which were added with the Reign of the Warlock, they do fit this build nicely, as it is almost as if Blizzard made these two items with this particular build in mind, as it benefits both from casting speed for Echoing Strike and teleporting around, and Mirror Blades to utilize attack speed. So it gives you both caster characteristics and melee, or rather physical ones. So bonus attack rating, enhanced damage, all that good jazz. I umped it because I have no idea what other thing to put in it. I guess I could have put in the Colossal Jewel, the physical one, as from what I've heard, it's bugged in helmet slot. but I need to use this book on other Warlock characters, so it's not gonna... The physical stone ain't gonna be of use there. This ring for 10 faster cast rate and whatever stats, just life leech, just so we can push our casting speed above 75% for the breakpoint. Arachnid mesh, cast speed plus the skills just gives damage from that alone. Raven Frost, that's like just every melee build there is. Lane of Hands and Gore Riders. And this one can be changed for anything that you prefer, since my resistances aren't, you know, as high, but like fire and lightning are the ones that you need, really. This one don't really matter that much. On swap is Call to Arms, of course. Charms is just whatever I had. Just max damage, attack rating, which is like what would you think would be fit best for the you know, throw barb kind of character, like physical character, right? And I didn't see anyone really going for it for some reason in the guys that I saw on YouTube, which got me confused. Like, why are you guys not pushing the physical aspect of the skill, really, when you know, try to see how it performs after the fixes? So Torch, Annie, and all that good jazz. Probably the main, I guess, two things, one of which is the Pride, to help us push physical damage further, might as well, and Fanaticism on our Demon, and the Demon itself, which I'll get back to just in a minute after I look through the skills. 1 point into each of these, Lethargy and Death, most importantly. This one, just a good crowd control tool to help you with heralds, as those boys are quite dangerous. And chunky as well. So this one allows you mercenary, really, to survive much longer. Not against the Thorns, though. Thorns are just a major pain in the arse. I really hope Blizzard change it. Sigil Death, just to help you clear crowds faster, because of the... well, it's basically a corpse explosion. So we are maxing Echoing Strike, of course, synergies, Blade Warp, Mirror Blades. I've put a few points into Levitation Mastery, as well as Hex Purge. I really wasn't sure where to dump all the points once I maxed all the important skills. We don't really utilize the damage of Hex Purge that much. Like, it's not that significant, but it is a good attack rate increase tool, as well as attack speed, as it gives you effective attack speed, same as Fanaticism. And with these two, I think you're hitting like really close to max. Well, not max possible, but really high enough breakpoints for attack speed, with at least for a Decapitator, because I noticed how faster it becomes, the attack speed. But I honestly haven't really done the numbers. I haven't gone into max roll, didn't bother looking at the breakpoints. So I have like 60% increased attack speed from gear, and Hex Purge plus Fanaticism. There we, in the Demon Tree, go Demonic Mastery, of course, 10 hard points to get 3 demons. I went for Consume, because we are gonna... I actually didn't use the goat when I was trying to show you the damage. Yeah, we're consuming the goat to get Crushing Blow and enhanced damage, which should actually boost our damage to 20k, I believe. No? Sad. Thought it would. Anyways. Um, and Bind Demon, of course. This is one of the most important things for this build, because damage amplify is just that huge. For some reason, people forgot that it was the thing that allowed us to. Well, it wasn't the only thing, of course, but damage amplification is just absolutely crazy for physical characters, as it doesn't follow the same formula as Conviction, which whenever it reduces the resistances of already immune monsters, it acts at 1/5 of its efficacy, while damage amplification just reduces the physical resistance by 100% raw without any additional like calculations. Let's say it works at 100% efficacy. So it's really huge for physical based characters. And that's where comes the witch, our little gal here, that has access to like 4 curses, I think. Well, she uses mostly 3, I think. And one of those is damage amplification, of course. We are sort of we have to rely on her using the correct curse, which is a big, I think it's not big enough of an issue, but it can be, you know, annoying when she just refuses to use damage amplify, and you have to slowly kill some herald that was previously physical immune and was sundered. I also don't have a latent bone break yet, so it also is extra, I guess, extra tough on us, as if I had like minus 10% physical damage resistance, it would help big time dealing with those situations where she refuses to use damage amplify. So yeah, we get her. You can get her to bind in a cave in Ancient's Way, all the way in the Wallstone Keep. I mean the throne room, and then in the Crystalline Passage, where we save Anya. In that area, you can bind these bad gals. Also, you can go create Uber Portal and Dungeon of Matron, I think it's called, where you can also find them. And there should be much higher level, like 125 or 115, not sure. And they just... the damage amplification means a whole lot. Overall, this build, I think, is S+ at least, especially for herald farm and herald hunting. And I'm gonna try to show you some of the clips that I had saved when I was farming Players 8 Terror Zones yesterday. Just to really showcase the build, you know, the potential. So here we have a herald spawn, just as somebody joins one. This is Players 8. Double aura. Now tell me that Echoing Strike sucks now. Tell me that it's useless now. I think it works just fine. I think it's one of the best builds at the moment. Just the way you can deal with one of the strongest, one of the toughest enemies in the game. The problems are though, like, it's not a perfect build by any means. You have to deal with thorns oftentimes. Like, yeah, Echoing Strike doesn't care about it, but Mirrored Blades is a more effective way of dealing single target damage, dealing with single targets. And Thorns is just a major pain in the arse. It's just mercenary dice. With the mercenary, it's just its own mini game where you have to pay attention to his HP bar and just for it to not disappear in a matter of seconds, because just the moment you see him like even close at half HP, the next second he's probably gonna die. Unless you feed him with full juice and they go just like... yeah, they just disappear. Here's another health. Also mild, this is just Vigor Aura, so we just go in and... I should probably use Mirror Blades here. Yeah, as I do now. Because it's just a faster way with there we go. Faster way of dealing with beefy targets. Also, I've failed to mention the Defiler that gives this thing that shares, makes monsters share the damage. So you are clearing them faster. And it kind of works well with Mirror Blades as well, as it does quite a bit of damage to single targets. So it then shares between all of the mobs that have the effect of the Defiler. So I believe that's how I was able to kill Herald by hitting its minion. So really the two main issues of this build is the being at the mercy of your lovely demon girlfriend and just wishing that she uses the correct curse, right? Because otherwise you will have to deal with previously immune physical mob in the worst case scenario, right? Which immunity was sundered, and it's like after we take the physical colossal jewel in the equation, it's gonna be like 87% physical damage reduction on a mob that was physical immune previously. So you're gonna deal only 13% damage of your actual potential, right? And with damage amplification it would be negative 13. Huge difference there. So that's one of the issues. And the other one is Thorns, but I think that's just any melee character has to deal with that. This is also mild. This is Might and Vigor. So we just don't really care. You can also use Sigil of Death to pop minions faster. But the skellies aren't that big of a deal. Now this guy hits like a truck. But as you can see, even without the damage amplification, we can pretty reliably kill him. Just chatting. Let's see what else we have. Like I'm looking for some more dangerous combos of heralds, just to showcase you some spicy encounters, I suppose, with this build. Yep. Oh, the demon dies. It's fine. Yeah, now you see how fucking good it is. How Mirror Blades is just like, this is players 8, Terror Zone, and you just fucking destroy that guy in a matter of seconds. But you kind of need to play smart, you know. You can't really afford being in the bad spot, as you'll just disappear from existence. The heralds hit hard, and I kind of love that, since the game really doesn't... Once you acquire all the gear, and to say you earn the right to destroy the game, right? You acquire all the overpowered items, Enigma, the Infinity, the Bright in this case, right? That, well, death isn't really that expensive, but regardless. there is not really much in terms of difficulty that the game can put against you, like the Colossal Ancients and Uber Tristram Isolde that we had previously, and Heralds now pack quite of a punch, and I'm all for that, as you need to be smart when dealing with them. I just wish that Thorns wouldn't be this big of an issue. And it is an issue with melee characters specifically. And they were already struggling, so I'm not sure why Blizzard really went for it. They might have as well went with Bale's Curse and Witch's Curse that damages caster characters whenever they cast spells. So there's a percentage base damage that characters with this curse take, and it's based on the mana consumed. So the higher the mana cost, the more damage they take. Quite a dangerous curse, actually. Would be fun to see casters just getting obliterated by it, just to have a taste of how we melee characters have to, you know, we have to struggle with. Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah, he doesn't know yet. It's Gates. Of course. Okay, moving on. Just to show you a couple more encounters, I need to find the Thorns. This is a spicy one as well. I think I'm gonna lose my medicine. He had half HP and the other second he just fucking died. That's a bit annoying. What can you do, really? But yeah, that was a dangerous spot. Should not allow that to happen. Should really position yourself better than that. In an open area like this, you cannot really funnel enemies into one area where they would not able to surround you. Wouldn't be able to surround you. And we deal with this guy once all of his buddies are dead. Oh, there we go. I think we were helping somebody. Yeah, somebody died and asked for help. So being a good Samaritan, anyways, we did help a bit. And as you see, the damage is there. Like, yeah, you just slap everything out of existence. And that kind of is my main gripe with how people were going about building the Echoing Strike Warlock, as they just pretended like Mirror Blades doesn't exist and that you just have to go with Fortitude in a Thunder Maul or something. Like, why don't just use, you know, a goddamn melee weapon, right? With melee properties. Like Crushing Blow doesn't work on Echoing Strike, but it works on Mirror Blades. And Mirror Blades hit like 5 times or 6, not sure, I think 5 times. It's just great. I think this is a missed opportunity to not utilize it. All the strengths of the class, which he has many. Okay, I really should look for Thorns. Oh, this was troublesome. Yeah, I lost a demon and I just had to rely on raw power. Okay, anyways, just to also show you some, I guess, to give some perspective on, I tried doing Players 8 Terror Zone with my Firelock, which is also quite up there. Let me see you. Let me show you quickly. It's a finished build, but just I removed the torch. I only have one Warlock torch, and it is currently on the Echoing Strike Warlock. So it's a pretty geared up build. We got Infinity, Obsession, Enigma, Hellwardens with Fire Jewel, Ars Diablos, almost perfect, 1% off perfect. Mara, 2 soldiers, arachnid mesh, mage fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 skillers. We got our new flame rift with perfect negative enemy fire resistance, so we are pretty geared up. And I wasn't really doing that well with the terror zone enemies, and I'm gonna try to show you it. Let me see. That's not the one. This is where I swapped. So there was a spawn, there was a herald spawn, yeah, and I was just not really doing enough damage. Yeah, there was there I died because I got disconnected. Apologies for the trying to find out where what I'm interested in showing you is. Okay, this should be it. I think I'm gonna get disconnected right here. So just you can see how much damage the skills do to just minions. Like, these ones should be immune to fire, of course, but we have quite a few gear pieces that put that fire resistance down a lot, and still we're not doing really that much damage, you know. Is this what the casters are dealing with heralds? Thought that they were doing just fine. Maybe I just, you know, was lucky enough not to encounter something like this. But yeah, that just go through your mana, and just scratching them, and not really doing a whole lot. So I just I got bored and I just went with my Echoing Strike Warlock instead, and just see how these guys die much more easily. And there you go. Don't need no mana for casting, no delays, just hit the thing, kill the thing. And just to really hammer the point down, I guess I'm gonna skip ahead to show you. I think I'm gonna do the throne room. Yeah. So this is a player's 8 TZ Bale. Just really hammer down the fact that physical Warlock is a thing, it works, and it's good. I think it's one of the best builds, easily, and here it is. Like, just annihilating stuff. Of course, the build requires good gear, but I mean that's how it should be, really. That's how it should have been, and now it is the way that it always should have been. So the most expensive items for this build is just Pride, I guess, Enigma, Death. Death, one of the most important ones. And in terms of damage, the other one is the your Demon Gal, for that damage amplification, which is you get just for free for leveling the skill to level 20. So, you know, and there we have minions of destruction, and they just get destroyed. So yeah, you don't need to go expert route. You don't need to pretend like you're hammered in. You just can use Echoing Strike the way it was, It's just now it's not, you know, weird like kind of ridiculousness where you basically run naked and kill everything. Now you need to build your character properly. Now you need to push your character, push the damage. So, just on a closing note, I guess I can show you some a fun fight with the Duriel, the TZ Duriel. Bam! Here he goes. Thanks for watching, I guess.